It's that time of year. Corned beef and cabbage is on the menu. We got some leftover corned beef here. We're gonna make one of my favorites, classic corned beef hash. Hi, Chef Dagan here in the Beef with Sweats for Dinner Culinary Center, funded by the Beef Checkoff. Let's hash it out. Okay, first we have our cast iron pan here that we're preheating. I'm gonna go ahead and get our potatoes ready. We're gonna use Yukons for these. You can peel these ahead of time if you would like to. I don't mind a little bit of skin on my potatoes. Adds a little texture, a little more flavor. So we're just gonna give these a pretty small dice. There's plenty of different styles of hash. This one is just really easy to do at home. All right, there we go. We got our potatoes nice and diced. Okay, they're all pretty much the same size. We're gonna add just a little bit of oil into our pan. And then we're gonna get our potatoes cooking while we cut up some leeks and onions. And of course, garlic, some peppers. And as always, I like to make my food a little bit spicy. We're gonna add some chilies in there. We're gonna go ahead and cut up our leeks. Make sure you wash these pretty thoroughly. Sometimes when you cut them open, you'll see dirt in there, but these ones are pretty clean. We're just gonna keep slowly kind of caramelizing these potatoes, trying to get them crispy on the outside and nice and soft in the middle. All right, there you go. We're gonna add these in here and then season them a little bit just to kind of help pull out the moisture that's in these leeks. And what that'll do is that'll help us cook the potatoes a little bit, help steam them. So whenever we season our vegetable, that kind of pulls out that moisture and helps cook them. All right. And I always like to keep my pan moving around so we don't get hot spots. That looks good. We're getting a little bit of caramelization on some of the potatoes. All right, I'm gonna quickly add some garlic. I got a big, nice nugget here. It's just an easy way to chop up some garlic really quickly. If you like to take some of the heat out of garlic, there is a nice germ piece in there. That's where the majority of the heat comes from. You can remove that and then just use the side of your knife, crush, and then we're gonna chop fairly fine. I don't want big chunks of garlic in here. I just want some of the oils and some of the garlic flavor in there. And then we're gonna just press this down in here. And we're gonna add just a touch of salt just to help us get this really fine. If you have one of those garlic presses, those work well for this too. Okay, we got our garlic in there. We're gonna give it a little stir. If you wanna cover this to help the potatoes steam, that's highly recommended. And that's kind of what we're gonna do here, just to help it steam. I like things spicy. We're gonna add a little bit of jalapeno. We're gonna cut out the majority of the seeds. I just want that jalapeno flavor with a slight heat. And we're gonna cut this fairly fine. Give it a nice small dice. And we're gonna add this pepper flavor in there. And then I have a beautiful Fresno chili. These ones are a little bit hotter. So again, I'm gonna be careful and not have too many seeds. The seeds are where all the heat is, so if you like things spicy, you can leave them in there. So we got some nice color here. We got some green, we got some red. Okay. Go ahead and add those in. Okay, then we'll give it a nice little swirl. We're getting a little bit of stickage here, but as we cook these potatoes, it should come off. There we go. Now we're going to cut up some peppers. We got some nice colorful ones here. We got some orange, got some red and yellow. So again, we're gonna kind of keep this fairly small dice. Help it cook quickly. Add some color and flavor. Nice. Maybe one more. All right. Let's go ahead and add these in. Our potatoes look like they're almost ready. Give her a nice stir. Look at that. Looks great. We can kind of give it a little bit more seasoning to help those peppers sweat out. Getting all those little potato bits, making the potatoes nice and crispy. And that's kind of where we're gonna go now. We're gonna let this sweat. Try to get these potatoes to crisp up a little bit, and then we'll add in our meat. Okay, now the fun part, we're gonna slice up our leftover corned beef. I think it's important here to kind of block things off so you can cut them easier. You can kind of see the grain goes here. I'm gonna kind of just do what I always do, is go against the grain. You could trim some of this fat off if you would like, but I'm gonna keep it on there. We're gonna make these just a touch bigger than we did our vegetables, just because I like to have those big chunks of meat. We'll try to get some caramelization on these too. And I love how the fat will just kind of render down and get crispy after it's already been cooked. All right, now let's add it into our vegetables. Smells good. We got the leeks caramelizing a little bit. Potatoes are definitely cooked. Now we're gonna try to get them crispy. All right, we'll try to stir it up and get these little chunks of meat kind of caramelizing on themselves too. And now we're just gonna try to get this caramelized so it hashes up. We're gonna check on our hash. Ooh, smells amazing. The meat's nice and tender. All right, this looks like it's ready to go. We're gonna do my favorite part, which is plate it up. Went ahead and fried some eggs. So here, let's give this a try. Okay, that looks awesome. I got a pan-fried egg here. We're gonna top it with that. A little chopped parsley. You know, you could do a gravy with this, but to me, it's perfect as is. There you have it, classic corned beef hash, one of my favorites. When you try this recipe, please leave comments below. We love to hear how you did it, your little chef twists. We love to hear them. For more inspiration, go to beefit'swhatsfordinner.com, and we'll see you at the next one.